Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome back to the Lost Begotten Fake TV channel of holiness. What was I gonna say? Um, I have a specific purpose for this video. I call it Flipper, Flipper. No, that's a porpoise. Actually, it's a dolphin. Technically, those are different. There's a point to this video. That's what I'm trying to say. Believe it or not. There you are. Yeah, I'm being silly. See, when you're hacked, just trying to gather your thoughts is fucking funny. And I need to make a retraction, issue an apology to Donna Brazile. I should have known better. I didn't think. Like, it just shocked the shit out of me. And I remember I had acknowledged the possibility at the time. I don't know if I did it on video or not. I often have a little bit of trouble after several months distinguishing nuanced differences between the things I talk to my wife about and the things I talk to my wife about on camera and the things I talk to you guys about. Because, I'm a fucking old guy. I repeat myself a lot. And, well, Miss Donna was hacked. And I can tell she was hacked. Because she's like, ah. You know how I get, ah? Well, she's like, ah, too. And it kind of proves my case on exactly why I've been all, ah. Fuck. So, I understand what she did. She couldn't really remember whether or not she had sent the email, but she just apologized for it and then gave lip service to those who would assume she had sent it anyways. That's why she gave reason behind why she would have sent it if she did. Okay. And she rightfully assumed that people would, whether or not she had said that extra bit, they would still assume that she'd fucking done it. So, I do, however, think it's fucking horrible timing. And I doubt she had much control over the timing of the release of her book in relationship to the Manafort indictment finally coming in. But what people need to focus on is that dear woman who has served her country for a long time has been harassed. Hand didn't move. Hand was sitting like this. Weren't you, hand? Yes, I was sitting like this the whole time. See, you don't have to take my word for it. Ask the hand. He understand. You talk to the hand if you want. But this woman here was harassed. And like me, communications have been sent to and from her that she is not aware of, that she did not send, that people who she thinks sent them did not send them. For the first time in my life, I have been unable to find anyone to debate me. I get trolls insulting me, and I get trolls agreeing with me. I haven't had a single person ask me an intelligent question other than like the few close friends I've made. Before the hacking was enabled, by the way. Why did Christy Conrad kill herself? She was a PhD. She was a physician. Why did Gambaluka, Mr. Gambaluka, former teacher, a history teacher at Grace King, why did his heart stop on election night? Why did this random fucking guy from out of town show up and fuck up all my friend Ashley's plans and then cause her to overdose? It's my wife and I's best friend and former roommate. I bet you there's no way I could possibly get in touch with Donna Brazile, even though she's from the town that I live in. To anyone in our government who's watching this right now, you can't even fathom the amount of things that I can't say on this channel. Just like you morons can't fathom the fucking danger that you're in right now. If you haven't called yourself a moron at least once a week for the past year, you haven't realized these things that have been presented to you on the Rachel Maddow show, specifically on Ari and Melber, Velshi and Rule. You need to be watching these programs because this is real reporting that's history in the making. You can watch that, or you can watch Talking Heads on CNN, or you can watch propaganda on Fox News. CNN, in the term in which it's meant, liberal media. I used to say that they were annoyingly false equivalent neutral. But when you think about it, false equivalent neutrality is liberal. And what Rachel Maddow and what MSNBC does, it's not liberal. It's just American. It's the truth. If anything, they're the best Christians on TV. Now, I have now traced back fake news to 339 BC, as far as what most people know. Demonstrably. Easy to decipher. Fake news. In fact, Caligula he's kind of like the first Donald Trump. But when and where he happened. Anybody a history buff? Okay. History buffs, listen up. Mark Antony, macro. Promotion, Egypt, suicide. Mark Antony, macro. Promotion, Egypt, Buffalo. Two different people, supposedly. You know how in the Bible people live for a long time? They live a long time. $2, $4, live forever. Sorry. Wouldn't people who spread fake news, for instance, and follow a generally satanic principle of accusing people of what they're guilty of, enslavement, child pornography, like the evil empire of fucking Russia, basically. It's also called the land of Nod, or the land of the North, which is just the land of Nod. All the way back in the book of Ezekiel 38. Brought it up on the previous video. Well, Alexander, and this is different and convoluted with a female named Alexandra. And there's history of the Thebans being homosexual men. They were largely homosexual women, actually. And if you wanted to be one of their suitors, you had to compete in basically games where the losers died. Those were good times. But, yeah, but seriously, a bunch of gay men as a war unit? How did they procreate? Just saying. How did they replenish the ranks? There's a lot of propaganda from Nod. There's a lot of history that we've gotten from sources that all have different things in common, like parents from Poland. Yeah, a bunch of Russian historians have told us all the stuff we know about the West, and we never thought, oh, maybe some of it's a lie. You don't know why they're sitting there making us look like a bunch of fucking gay people? You don't know why the bearded lady on the fucking Europe's Got Talent thing was a KGB agent? literally put there by the Russians to hate on. So they can motivate their fucking barbarian Kazakh hordes who fucking really, really hate gay people, by the way, if you didn't know that. Like, we'll just beat them on sight, kind of. You know, the way they did the, fucking not the Suicide Girls. The little Russian band, the fucking, oh my god, I can't believe I can't remember their names. They were just on Colbert, weren't they? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway. I don't know if that lined up right, because I can't. No, he pretty much. Okay. I'm going to look at that myself later and probably find it hilarious. And I'm probably going to have to issue an apology to everyone else. But I'm okay with that. Anyway. So. The hackers. They got to Donna Brazile. They got to me. And they've. You gotta understand the level at which they were allowed to implement what they implemented means that they've been doing things on levels incrementally building up to that. For how long? It has to have been as long as the fucking internet's there. And if you just read what their own internal announcements that have been leaked and even propaganda releases, they basically said that the CIA thinks that the internet is going to be the ultimate weapon to defeat communism by the spread of the truth. And they said, no, 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 we're going to use it to defeat you. Well, nobody then, because you lack spiritual authority, by the way, nobody then came up with the simple idea of, oh, well, the opposite of truth is lies. We know that's what they do to begin with, so they should have thought of that. Okay. What do we need to do, boys and girls, to make sure that propagandists aren't using the internet to further the complete psychological pupation of the American citizenry? Just completely folded our brains up and just crusted them up with shit. And we all think we're going to come out like pretty butterflies. I've got one word for you, and 2 words for you. Wormwood. Donald Trump and friends, including multiple Republicans in Fox News, in the House and Senate, have colluded to cover up Operation Novorossiya, which is a plan that has existed that I have known about since 1991, as having been made years before, that when the United States elects an African American president, the Klan and the skinheads and all the neo-fascist groups and all the king's horses and all the king's men were going to use Russia to put their bullshit back together again. Okay? I don't know why that shit happens, but it's one of the reasons why I'm not stupid enough to doubt me. Can you hold still and make a camera lose focus on you with your will? Me neither. Kidding. Of course I can. Oh, man. Me jokes. See, that's what I'd rather be doing. I'd rather not be like... I'd just rather be found by like the few people who would get my jokes when I'm actually not speaking in third person. Although, you know, I can tell some serious ones from third person. Apparently not off the cuff. I tried to think of a joke just then. Nothing happened. And I've already made silly faces on this video, so that would not be appropriate. Then I would owe you two apologies. Two apologies? Two apologies. Or unapologies. Which is probably all you're going to get. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah. In case you haven't noticed, Bernie and Donna Brazile, Bernie and Hillary were both allowed to fundraise. Bernie just didn't want to. Because he's a fucking socialist, not a Democrat.